Episode 3, here we go, fantasy football. We are live. Sorry, it's been about a little less than a month, I think, since the last time. That was because football hadn't started yet. So that's excellent. That is truly, truly excellent. I'm excited. Football season is here, and that is about it. That is about it. 30 seconds into the video, and I'm already interrupted. So as we move on, we will be talking about the National Football League of America. That is not European football, not football, not soccer. I'm talking about American hardcore football. First off, I'm going to kind of go down with my teams here. It's my first time doing fantasy football this year. I tried to get into it a couple years, about 2 years ago, last 2 years, excuse me. But there wasn't any openings, and I understood, so I pretty much already knew how it worked and stuff like that. So for my first team, because I ended up joining actually 3 leagues this year in my first year, I'm pretty happy with it, though. I mean, it's fun. We've already had 1 week of the National Football League and all of its shit. So Team 1, I'm going to call it the A team. It is named the Brady Bunch, and the reason for that is because my quarterback is Tom Brady. And my 3 wide receivers are Roddy White, Mike Wallace, Stevie Johnson, 2 running backs, Steven Jackson, and Marshawn Lynch. I actually got Marshawn Lynch in a trade. I had Peyton Manning as a backup quarterback, and the guy that was trading me didn't really have a good starting quarterback, so he said, hey, you know, you don't really have a starting running back either, a decent one, so why don't you go ahead and fucking trade? And I said, okay. I thought on it for maybe 6 hours, and I was like, okay, sure, why not? My first trade. So that was cool. My tight end is also Aaron Hernandez from the New England Patriots. Pretty excited about that pickup. I actually think he's better than Gronk. At least I'm going to hope that he is. And then I have backups, Willis McGahee at running back, Jason Witten tight end, but he's kind of injured, so that's good that he's a backup so I can see, or a bench player, so I can see what's going on with his deal. Anquan Bolden. I picked up Kevin Ogletree after the first week because, I don't know, I just did it. Don't ask why. I think he's going to be, I hope to God that wasn't just a 1 week thing where, oh, hey, this Ogletree guy, let's throw it to him. Okay. And then after getting rid of, or trading Peyton Manning, I have, Mike Williams at wide receiver. I didn't say him, at Tampa Bay. And then I have Jake Locker as my backup quarterback after getting trading Peyton Manning. My kicker is Rob Baronis, and defense is New York Giants. So they actually kicked things off for me last Wednesday when they played the Cowboys and started off pretty decent. Got a couple sacks on Romo, and after that, nothing really. They scored me 4 points. So I'd like to see that up in the 8 to 10 range at least, you know, because if your kicker or your defense is 8 to double digits, you're doing okay. So I'd like to see a few extra points out of them. So that's the lineup for that. So what does this mean? This means that this is actually officially my first fantasy football team. I'm projected to lose quite a bit, but again, it's just projections. I did get slaughtered the first week by about 20, 30 points. So, but it's the first week going into the second week. You can't really make any major changes to your team unless you have a horrible injury. You can't really make any major changes right now. It's just too early. So the goal, of course, is to make it to the playoffs, which, if you guys don't know, that's the final few weeks of the season counts as the fantasy football playoffs. So that's pretty cool. I'm hoping that Tom Brady throws up some big numbers for me. And we'll see how that goes. I don't know what the hell's going to happen with that. So with further ado, I'm going to welcome my guest, John Madden, to the sports studio, and we're going to have to see what he has to say about it. John,
Thanks, Cole. Jay Stony there. Yeah, that team is great. I think you got what's going on there, even though you lost your first week. It's still too early to decide there, but of course you wouldn't know how to be better if you had Brett Favre. I mean, if you had Brett Favre for every single position there, then you'd probably already have that division won by now before the season's even over. So.
Thank you, John. Now we move on to the second team, team number 2, Team B, in this new league. Had some drama with this one, a little bit of trade drama. You know who you are, Mr. Brandon Marshall lover. You know who you are. This one I like to call, this team is called Newton's First Law. Reason being, I have Cam Newton. Is his real name Cameron, I wonder? It's got to be. But anyways, Cam Newton. Going into this, all you get to look at is previous stats from the year before. So, I kind of made myself a few self-projections that I didn't want to take young guys or rookies. I didn't follow the rules. And so I tried out Cam Newton because he was the best available there. And he scored me 34 points this past week, so I mean, that's nothing to be sad about. But I was kind of nervous to see how it went, but now after that first week, it's cool to see that I should be okay. But without that, I got wide receiver Brandon Marshall, as I'm getting a text, and Stevie Johnson out of Buffalo, and Pierre Garçon, the ex-Colt, and future Redskin. Probably be hooking up with old RG3 down there. So, and Chris Johnson and DeMarco Murray bring up my running backs. I got 13 from Murray, 4 from Chris Johnson. I hope to God that was just a first week fluke because Chris Johnson was, he had some problems, I guess, in previous years, but I hope to God that he steps it up. Like I said, first week, can't really put my whole season on the line after 1 week. So, backup quarterback, RG3. Scored me 48 points. He was on the bench, of course, but that would have been nice to have. And Darius Hayward-Bay brings up my wide receiver. He only got me 4. Jonathan Stewart is a backup running back who was actually hurt, but he's a backup, so we'll see how that plays out. I know that D'Angelo Williams, I think, is going to be the starter in Carolina, and we got to wait and see what's going on there. I did pick up Mr. Justin Blackman for Jacksonville. He only got me 4 points. I hope to God that they target him more. If you're going to put a first-round draft pick on a wide receiver, use his ass. So Brent Sillick brings up the tight end bench position, and Santana Moss is my wide receiver. My starting tight end, again, is Aaron Hernandez. I think I got Hernandez in all 3 leagues. Maybe not. But, so yeah, let's and we got Prater, Matt Prater out of Denver as my kicker, and Houston as my defense. Scored me 17 points. I was very happy with that. That's huge. The main thing here out of this team is I'm nervous about Chris Johnson. I hope to God he gets his shit together. I know he had a lot of controversy last year with everything. He's a damn good runner. I just don't know what's going to happen. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on him. RG3, I'm going to tell you right now, if RG3 scores 40-plus points again this week, he will be my starter for week 3. I'm hoping Cam Newton can get up in there. Like I said, 34 wasn't bad, but when I look at this and I see almost 50 out of RG3, a rookie quarterback, who knows what that could bring. I mean, that could bring treasures from the unknown beyond, and that'll be great. So as we move on to the controversy with Brandon Marshall, I have this guy on this league. He's a diehard Bears fan. Okay, it's his first year too, but I started to notice that hey, he's picking up a lot of Bears players. He's picking up a lot of Bears stuff. As a matter of fact, he also has a couple Green Bay players and a Viking player. So I was like, first off, he's going after the NFC North. No, he's actually going for Bears players, and that's fine. You know, I can't. You know, he won the past week, so whatever's working. He decided that hey, The Bears play the Colts the first week. I think they're going to do really good against them because the Colts defense sucks, which they do. How would you like to trade me Brandon Marshall, and I will give you Aaron Rodgers for the first week? And I was like, huh? So as I went in, I threw out a counter offer. I said, first off, the Colts have a shitty defense. I want Brandon Marshall on my side. I want to score the points from Brandon Marshall because I guarantee you, it scored me 17. I bet he's going to even have weeks where he scores 20, 20 plus because he's going to be a huge weapon there in Chicago. Plus, it's the only goddamn receiver that Cutler apparently wants to throw to. But that's your guys' quarterback, not mine. So I said, hey, I'll trade you Cam Newton and Brandon Marshall for Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson. That was my counter offer. And I said, this will be for the season. I'm not just doing a 1-week trade. He didn't like it. He rejected the offer. But, whatever. I mean, it was a top 5 quarterback for a top 5 quarterback. And Brandon Marshall was actually projected to be a way better receiver than Jordy Nelson, but I was going to take a risk on him, but he still didn't want to do it. The trade's still out there, though, if you're watching, okay? Okay? You know who you are. Rich dog. So, that's that, and we go on and see what Mr. Madden has to say about that one.
Again, Brett Favre, you're going to go out the other side. We're going to go.
Team number 3, Team C. This was my 3rd team that I was able to pick in the Fantasy League. The name is Good Manning Vietnam, and the reason for that is Eli Manning as my quarterback. Wide receivers Larry Fitzgerald, Roddy White, and Jeremy Maclin. Running back Arian Foster and Trent Richardson. There's my rookie thing again. And in this league, we did what's called a flex spot. And the flex spot is where you could either have a wide receiver or tight end at your other offense position, which would be what your 7th offensive position. So there's some good things and bad things about this league. Number 1, I upset the guy that was supposed to go undefeated this year in the first week by 1 frickin' point. So that was cool. Number 2, my bench literally almost scored double of what I could have scored. Not double, because I scored 100 and some points, so that would have been a shit ton of points. But for instance, Eli Manning, I think that he just had a bad first week, and that's okay. Still too early to see. Only scored me 25 points. Matt Ryan was the guy, the quarterback this year, or this week. 49.96 points. He scored 50 fucking points in week 1. I knew it was going to happen. I mean, the Falcons, to me, are going to be that sleeper team. And I shouldn't even say sleeper team because they've always had some amazing weapons and a great offense. So that'll be cool to see that play out. I think that NFC teams need to watch out for them, though. I really think that they're going to take some good shit. So anyways, yeah, we got Antonio Brown as my flex position, Matt Ryan, Aaron Hernandez, Sean Green on the bench. The reason why Aaron's on the bench, Aaron Hernandez, is because I already have Antonio Brown in that flex spot, who scored me 10.72 points. I should have put Aaron Hernandez in. I probably will start him this week. Sean Green, Torrey Smith, Robert Meacham, Brandon Pettigrew, Tony Gonzalez, and Kenny Britt. Loosen up my bench. Jason Hanson, my kicker, and the Seattle defense. So that's pretty much it right there. And it's going to be exciting to see what the fantasy season brings. And it's going to be so exciting that Mr. Madden is going to put in his fucking 23 cents. John?
Well, Brett Favre will...
Oh my God, shut the fuck up! So, without further ado, that is the first week of the NFL season / episode 3 of fantasy football. Let me know what you guys think about my team, your team, who you think is going to be a hot pick this year, a hot player, and just get back to me and comment, okay? And I will smell you guys later, and you guys go fuck yourself. Later.